Welcome to my channel, The Three Mountains. Today I want to explain alchemy deeper, and we're going to start by looking at this beautiful fire. Isn't it beautiful? Like this is alchemy, and I'll show you why I say this. Just a moment. I'm going to bring here another image. Okay, we start with alchemy or White Tantra explained. This is the title of the video today. And I start with this quotation from Master Samael to share what we know from our own experiences with others. That is called love. So I have been asked many times the same question: how do you do alchemy? And I would normally explain what I have already shared with you in my video number 4. And of course I will leave the description below. Just a moment. Today I'm making this video because I noticed that many people fail to do alchemy. They reach orgasm suddenly by not knowing the cause of it. And of course, they feel disappointed for not being able to go through a practice of alchemy successfully. In this video, I will try my best to give you my insights into the practice of alchemy. And hopefully, you will be able to successfully perform an act of alchemy from beginning to end without reaching orgasm. And of course, enjoy sex to the full. We start by citing the Master's instructions on alchemy. He says, connection of the lingam and yoni without ejaculation of the ens seminis. This means no ejaculation for the man and no orgasm for the woman. Inside the ens seminis or semen, the fire or ens virtuti is contained. You must have noticed that the moment that you reach an orgasm, the sexual union ends. The reason for this is the fire or energy gets lost when the semen is spilled outside your body. And as a consequence, the energy fails to be transmuted upwards along the spinal column and reach the head, producing the awakening of the consciousness. I give you general rules. The first one is stop yourself. It is not advisable to practice alchemy if you feel you are too passionate, you feel too much desire or lust at the time. This will only lead to an inevitable orgasm in a short time once the connection is made, and you'll end up losing all the energy straight away. Similar to this is this video where we see a pressure builds up when left unattended and explodes. Just a minute, I'll show you the video I have prepared for you. Go back to this one here. I want you to take a look at this. It's like a pressure cooker. And look how suddenly pressure builds up and explodes. The same happens inside our organs, sexual organs, when we just, we make the union so passionate and we don't start careful. Okay, let us continue now with the rules. So in this case, just a moment. In this case, the ego of lust wins over you because it takes control of your body by pushing you to unite sexually so as to lose the energy. Master Samael says that couples fail to raise the energy, the fire, because they perform the union in an animalistic way, being too passionate, and in this way they fail inevitably. My advice in this situation is, it is better to stop and take some time to calm down and regain control over yourself first before entering any sexual union. Once you feel you're in control of yourself, then you can try doing alchemy, starting slowly, and keeping an eye on your sexual center by being careful not to overexcite your sexual organs during the union. Now we continue. So I put that image, stop yourself and think. Stop and think. Now we continue. It is also not advisable, It is also not advisable to leave long gaps between practices, 3 to 4 weeks apart from one practice to the next, because you'll end up building up sexual desire inside you, and you'll surely lose control of your body and fail to refrain an orgasm. Yes? My point is, regular practice of alchemy gives you better results at transmuting the energy and raising it along the spinal column, and also you can quickly recover from a sexual fall if you didn't manage to get it right in any given practice. Suppose you fail today, then try again after 24 hours. Furthermore, it is important that you don't go starving for sex for long periods of time, or the opposite, that you overdo it, as this will not give you any results in raising energy. So this is for couples who do it 2 times, 3 times in one day. Yes? And now we continue. Just a moment. Regular practice of alchemy keeps the coal burning inside the couple. Yes? And I show you here the coal, right? The sexual union should be one connection every time, with a gap of 24 hours between practices, to allow for the energies of the man, positive, and the woman, who is negative, to build up in the body and be ready to transmute again. If you are tired, then your body is depleted of electricity. So what are you going to transmute? Take a break. Patience is key to let the energies of the man or the woman build up for the next alchemical practice. An erotic pleasure awaits if you know how to wait, rather than pushing your tired sexual organs to ignite fire when there is no dry wood nor paper there to start the fire. Now we continue with the connection of the lingam and yoni. First things first. To do alchemy, we must feel ready, and both of us want to do it. The man and the woman must enter in the mood for sex by caressing each other, kissing each other until the right moment comes when both want to do it. Yes, and I put this picture, just a moment. Yes, so we have here a couple playing in the kitchen, dancing, setting the mood for it. You should know what your other half likes, what excites him or her. Women are very sensitive to caresses and kisses, and this can trigger the want for sex. Likewise, men get excited with one look from a woman. Now, the teachings from Master Samael. I give you the warning. To push a man to have sex when he is not in the right disposition is a crime against nature. To push a woman to have sex when she is not in the right disposition is also a crime against nature. Alchemy means I want to do it, or I truly want you. And if you are not sure, or your heart, your intuition is telling you not to do it, then you better respect your body and do not do it. Yes? Now we speak about the magnetic pause. As regards waiting times from one practice to the next, I can only tell you that each couple must find or feel when it is the right moment. You must feel it when you have been apart from each other for too long and you miss the other person sexually. Likewise, your spouse will miss you too. And this is a sign, a good sign, that the time is now. The magnetic pause is the lapse of time between one practice of alchemy and the next. There is no fixed amount of time set, and you and your spouse must find the right balance and transmute your energies regularly. It also depends on the lifestyle you lead. If you work all day and arrive home tired, your body is depleted of energy. So better sleep and in the early morning attempt a union. I repeat, 1 connection a day is advisable, not compulsory. If you do the sexual union more than once a day, then you risk the inevitable orgasm. And if you leave it for too long, the long gap brings a problem, as you will go building up the thirst for love. And when the moment comes to do alchemy, you'll fail in controlling your body. Yes? Another obstacle to overcome. I want to point out that inside each one of us there exists in our psychology a bull, symbol for our uncontrolled passions. You can see this bull in the astral. In this scenario, the bull we carry inside will take over your body and you'll lose all the energy in an orgasm, failing then to keep the fire and failing to transmute successfully. Right? I put here the image of the bull. Right? So if you want to know more about the bull we carry, symbol for our passion, then watch video number 20 again. Yes. I want to point out that in time we go killing our passions gradually as we progress on the death of the ego along the path of the mountains in the superior dimensions. And again, I refer to my video number 11, where the teaching on the death of the ego can be found. Esoterically speaking, now you should be able to understand the tradition of killing the bull that still survives in Spain. And here we have the image. And I tell you what I saw in the astral. I was shown that there is another here. The Minoans had a similar tradition or sport of jumping over a bull, and it symbolizes the need to overcome our internal passions. I was shown this in the astral. Warning, inside the first mountain you will find your own bull and you will kill it. Yes, so here is the picture that remains from these people, the Minoans, who did this jumping and leaping over the bull. Yes, so we continue. If you kill the bull, it means that you are gradually achieving self-control over your body and chastity at not spilling the ens seminis. So chastity is a question that is an issue that we will always try or attempt to reach, but I will not say it's easy to achieve. Yes. Now we continue. Now we talk about the fire or the holy fire. Just a moment. I put this image again, the fire burning and a happy couple. The holy fire is like a constant burning coal we keep alive inside ourselves if we do alchemy, but it can be put off quickly if we spill the ens seminis or reach orgasm. Remember that the ens virtutis or fire is contained inside the ens semini. Here I give you a very important point. This holy fire can be translated as the electricity or nice feeling we get at some point with the friction of the phallus inside the female uterus. We must slow down the movement during the coitus once we reach that point where we start to feel the electricity. It is a delicate step, but if we slow down once we touch the electricity, we can enjoy the pleasure it gives and prolong the length of that pleasure slowly with each alchemical practice. If we don't slow down, the pressure builds up, reaches its peak point and explodes in an orgasm. We want to prolong the pleasure and turn it into a long-lasting erotic experience that will quench our thirst for sex till the next practice and leave us feeling in love. To do that requires self-control, the ability to focus on our sexual center and with attention we perceive the signs from the sexual center and learn how to tender the fire so it does not end up in an unwanted explosion. The man keeps an eye on his sexual center. The woman needs to slow down her man if she feels he's going too fast during coitus. In this way, both enjoy together the fire, and both get the pleasure they look for during alchemy. The union can last a long time if both male and female look after the fire that is the result of the sexual union of both. Here I repeat again what I said in an earlier video. Enjoyment of sexual pleasure is an equal right for husband and wife. Take care of your sexual center and it will give you long-lasting heat all over the house. I show you why I say this. Here we have a wood burning stove, again the same as at the beginning that I show you. The physical body has been made like a wood burning stove, and you need to understand that you light a fire in your sexual center. Just a moment. Once the heat of the couple ignites the fire inside, that fire must be kept alive. Then you both will successfully raise the transmuted energy along the spinal column of both the male and female. The spinal column is our flue or pipe on top of the wood-burning stove, where the heat ascends in the shape of two serpents opening the chakras on their way. And now I show you the symbol here of the chakras and the ascension of the two serpents. Yes. Opening the chakras. Now, how to end an alchemical union successfully? Simply slow down the movements of the phallus inside the uterus to the point of not moving anymore. Now take great care not to spill the transmuted ens seminis and carefully come out, yes, from the uterus. Lie down on your back for both man and woman and do deep breathing exercises to help the energy raise along the spinal column. There could be the temptation of doing another union. Resist this temptation. Remember, the bull wants to satisfy the passion. And once you are sure no spilling will occur, if you move, then get up and change rooms to refresh yourself and avoid entering a second union. Master Samael gives the mantra Ham Sa to do after alchemy, or any moment when you wish to do. He says, inhale deeply, very slowly, and imagine that the creative energy rises through the spermatic channels up to the brain. Mentally pronounce the mantra Ham like this. So we breathe in and then exhale short and quick as you pronounce aloud the mantra Sa. So Ham Sa, Ham Sa. Okay, so we repeat that and we imagine the energy rising. Love and the electricity. This topic I want to tell you. I want to point out the need to be aware of the electricity we feel towards someone when we meet them for the first time. If we meet the right person for doing alchemy, you will feel this electricity running through your body. It can be felt as heat. Suddenly your cheeks become red, shyness, etc. The touch of his or her hands make an electricity run through your body. That is the feeling of love. To know if you're truly in love, the master says you should ask yourself this question. Will you give up to the last drop of your blood for the person you love so that he or she lives and no matter if you die? What a question, eh? If the answer is yes, then you are in love. If the answer is no, then walk away. He or she is not for you. Have patience and wait. Yeah? Now, when couples get together for the first time and start with alchemy, the electric current is too high. You must start a connection slowly and carefully, as there is too much excitement in the first practices of alchemy. And any uncontrolled excitement ends up in a disaster of losing the energy instead of transmuting it. If you marry someone out of convenience, then you will fail to light the fire, because love can only be ignited between a man and a woman who are truly in love. If you are not in love, then the union becomes animalistic, and a mechanical union leads nowhere in the spiritual path. The same happens to couples who get together because of lust towards each other. People meet at night and fall in for a fantasy, and after several passionate unions, they realize they have nothing in common, or they were under the effects of alcohol and took someone home after a party, because nowadays sex is just done for fun. Remember, alchemy is sacred because God becomes present if performed correctly. In the past, alchemy was only practiced inside a temple. Your body becomes the temple for the holy fire. The Holy Spirit, is there, and it needs to keep burning, and in time, the Divine Mother Kundalini awakens to start its spiritual journey of ascension. So first, here are the steps. So first, we learn to light the fire. Second, we learn to keep the fire burning inside us for longer and longer periods of time, and this takes practice. Third, the Divine Mother finally awakens inside the spiritual person. I point out that she will only awaken inside those of pure hearts. Okay? Fourth, the Divine Mother ascends like a golden serpent along our spinal column in the physical body. Then she has to rise in the etheric body, then in the astral body, then in the mental, and finally in the causal bodies. So if you want to see the journey of the Divine Mother, go back to my video number 10, called The Quest for Happiness, Devi Kundalini. Fifth, when the Kundalini has risen 7 times in each of the 7 bodies, we are finally devoured by the serpent, and we become a serpent of light. Sixth, the serpent is devoured by the eagle, who is Keter, or God the Father. And seventh, we become an eagle, or a feather serpent, according to the Mexicans, or a dragon of wisdom. Yeah? So here we reach the heights of the 3rd mountain, and we become liberated. Now, I want to point out that the enjoyment of the erotic, the word erotic, everything that is erotic, comes from Eros. And he is the god of love. And later on, this was replaced by the word Cupid. So Cupid is the Roman version of Eros. To end this video, I want to give you my graph here. And I want you to take a look. This is the fire graph that I have, come up with in a meditation. So, and these are the different types of unions, sexual unions that you can get. The first one is cold. There is no fire ignited. There are times when people get together and they are not in the mood, they are too tired, etc., for many reasons. There is no fire ignited at all. And so, there is no transmutation. Then there is the so-called low heat. We have the burning coal. And, there we have the first flames, ignited. And well done. This is how it should be. And then you can keep going and try to reach this moderate heat, the next level. So this is the perfect level of heat and sexual enjoyment. I would say to you, be careful, enjoy. If you know that you can stay there without risking an orgasm, stay there for a few minutes to begin with. Then you can start prolonging this stage in the next alchemy practice. So everything takes practice, yes? And then I put the next level, which is extreme heat. Yes, this has become too passionate. The encounter is too passionate, and there is the danger, the risk of an explosion above, this line. So remember this graph in your alchemical practice. And well, I'll see you in my next video. I hope you have now my insights. And as Master Samael said, to share from my own experiences with humanity, that is called love. So I'm giving you from my insights. You can leave your own insights or comments below. Thanks for watching.